Hi, everyone. I'm Steve here with Brian Sanchez. Thanks for being here, Brian.
Hey Steve, how you doing? Thanks everybody for coming and seeing us today.
All right. Brian is a personal trainer at Fitness for 10 in Carson City, Nevada. We are going to talk about um, weight loss drugs and, Ozempic, semaglutide, some of the different names of these things, but there's different drugs that help you lose weight. Some of them act differently than others, but and I'm going to say again, I'm still kind of neutral on them. I would never do it. And but if you weigh 350 pounds, that's where I'm neutral on trying it. But you got to really be monitored by a physician. We're just going to give you our opinions today on what we think about it, and you guys can take it and go from there. Talk to your doctor or whatever. But I hear a lot of things that aren't good about these weight loss drugs, but I also hear that they work. But it's as you get going, as you start to lose weight, do you increase the dose? How do you get off? So that's what we're going to start with, Brian. What are your first thoughts?
My first thought is I don't have a problem with these products at all. Um, I think that with anything, before we get going, if you haven't used these and you're considering it, please consult your physician. My biggest concern for people when they get on any diet program, whether it be medically assisted or just traditional, you don't eat. Make sure you're talking with professionals that can guide you along the way. Because when you do these things by yourself and you're talking, let's just say you're doing like online prescriptions and things like this, some of the times you don't have all the information. Because when you're getting screened to start with these programs, like the medical side of it, they're asking you medical questions, but a lot of the discussion doesn't go into, okay, now that I've reached my goal, now what? And that usually comes a little bit later. And when we're taking these kinds of products, you have to remember also that you don't take a small dose all the time. You start out at a small dose, but the body gets to a point where it needs more and more of these products to maintain that level of weight loss that you would want. So cost becomes an issue for a lot of people. And this is the reason this topic came up again was I talk to a lot of people who use these products regularly. And it's very interesting to me how it works. I do think they're effective in weight loss. Um, my biggest concern is always with anybody, and if anybody who knows me is watching this today, they all know I'm always, hey, have a plan. Yeah, it's great you're losing weight, but have a plan. And that's the interesting side of this. And that's what I wanted to talk about with Steve was what do we do when we hit our goal? How do we come off of this product? Do we have to come off of this product? And I think it's important to start asking yourself, especially in the beginning of the program, where do you want to be and what are you going to do when you get there? With that said, a lot of these products you can go on what they call a maintenance dose, from my understanding. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not employed by these companies. From my understanding, maintenance dosing, let's just say my goal was to get down to 20% body fat because I was at 40% body fat and I hit 20% body fat. And now I want to maintain that. So I still want to stay on this product. Well, they adjust your dosing so you're still purchasing this product, but you're taking just enough to maintain things like uh, not having cravings and things of that nature. I also think as you're taking these things, you need to be measuring your bloods because of that. This is a product that, like the Ozempics and things like that, you're injecting these products into your body. If you are not regularly testing your bloods, looking at your lipids, looking at your screenings, for men, PSA, things of this nature, you really got to be careful. Because some of these drugs, let's just say SARMs, there's a product, Carradine, I believe it's called. If you have cancer in your body, one of the bad side effects for this product is that it can reportedly increase or increase the growth of a cancerous substance or make it grow faster, is the way I interpret that as well. So you really have to know what's going on with these products, good, bad, and indifferent, before you dive into it. But I think where people really miss the boat on coming off is they don't talk to their doctors about this. In fact, a lot of the people that I know, um, they don't talk to anybody. I have a dear friend who does talk to a lot of people about it, and I've got some that it's shh. They don't want anybody to know they're using it, and so you've got to have professional assistance with products that you're putting into this stuff. And if you follow Steve and I, and you look at our conversations, we don't hide the fact that we inject ourselves with testosterone. We're very pro TRT, but Steve and I aren't guessing. We get regular blood works. Our doctors know. We're involved in screening. We do all these different things so that we can stay on this product and minimize any impact, negative impact to our bodies. Correct me if I'm wrong, Steve. And I think you should take that approach with all of these products. If you're on these products, start looking at this, start talking to your doctors. A real good um, idea that I got from one of the associates that I've talked to. She was coming up to the end of her cycle on her last dosages, and she was on, I don't know if it was Ozempic or if it was Monjaro. I don't know which one she was on, um, but she went to an age management doctor and discussed options. And I found it very interesting that the doctor suggested light testosterone in lieu of. And there were some very positive effects for her. I'm not saying go out and run and get testosterone, everybody, especially ladies, because you're going to get a lot of your general practitioners who are going to say, oh, no, don't do that. But you'll get these specialists that say, no, light doses, not like what Steve and I take. Light doses are going to assist you. Your cravings will stay down. You'll have a higher metabolism, things of this nature. So that might be an option. Looking for natural remedies that control your appetite, natural herbs, green teas, things of these extracts that can assist you. What you eat. Do you eat food that you're going to be hungry soon? Or do you eat food like, there's a big difference between eating, a piece of lettuce and eating an apple. The apple's going to make you feel fuller longer, things of that nature. Have you changed your practices so that you do not crave sugar, that you do not crave simple carbs? Those are things you need to know. One nice option I saw somebody that I was discussing this with, they joined Weight Watchers. And what I found very interesting is with the product, they're coming off the product. They're finishing up. They're on maintenance right now, so they're on a maintenance program. But it's a very light dose. But they learned through Weight Watchers the entire time they did this injection. They've been on Weight Watchers, and they learned how to eat through the Weight Watchers system. And it's a point system, and I'm not too familiar with it, but it taught them how to eat differently. And so when they were talking about coming off it, and they asked me, do I think they should worry? I smiled and I said, no, actually, because as long as you understand the changes you made through Weight Watchers, why would you stop using that? Why don't you stay on your eating system? It's not the medicine that's causing you to lose weight anymore. It's because you've changed your eating habits. So Weight Watchers might be a good idea. Calorie counting, learning your macros, knowing what the difference is between a protein, a carbohydrate, and a fat, and knowing how much for your body you can use, what your body should take in, knowing what your resting caloric burn is for the day. And there's fancy words for that. But we all burn a certain amount of calories per day just sitting there. You should know what that is, and you should know how to add in burned calories from workouts so that you know where your caloric values are for the day. So how much can you eat, things of that nature. Um, Bottom line for me is change your habits. If you change your habits of eating, coming off of these products should not become an issue. And you may even find that you don't need to stay on a maintenance program and spend more because it's going to increase. Your cost will increase no matter what product you use because your body might need more. Steve?
Yeah, I would just say be very cautious. Be very cautious using any of these medications. And the key is you have to change your lifestyle. You go on these medications, it's not something that I would think you want to stay on forever. But what's going to happen when you get off these medications? Are you going to go right back to how you were before? Are you going to gain the 100 pounds back? So you have to be very cautious. And as we've talked about before, you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. It's going to take discipline. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to start exercising. And you have to eat right. You have to eat healthy. You have to learn how to eat. There's so much junk in food, um, and you got people on the internet saying that this is a three cheese healthy salad. We're going to put some Velveeta in it and some Cheetos and what? So you have to learn what's healthy and what's not, and it's something that is really important, or you're going to end up right back where you were. Really important. So that's my thoughts. The lifestyle has to change, and be very cautious. Talk to your doctor, get other opinions, talk to other people that have tried this, and see what every phase has been like for them and be prepared. You have to be prepared and have a plan for coming off of these types of medication. Otherwise, um, you're just going to end up right back where you started.
And what the research is showing us is you stand a good chance of gaining quite a bit of it back, if not all of it.
Yeah. All right, Brian. Well, I always appreciate your thoughts and your input on and what's going on in your fitness walk and your clients. So, thanks for being with us.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Everybody, take care. This is the holiday season for us. I don't know when it's going to change, but Merry Christmas to everybody.